Hey Mark, it's Manny.
Yes, hello.
Good to speak to you finally. I know you spoke to my colleague.
Let me get settled here.
All right, cool.
Okay, I did not know if you were going to do anything online or just talk on the phone.
We can first talk on the phone. Pretty much. Assuming you checked out the website, you watched the video. And yeah, so this is. I just wanted to introduce myself, Manny. My colleague Nakib told me about your situation. I thought I'd get to know you and see exactly what I can do to, if they're a good fit, and see what we can do for you. Does that work with you?
Well, basically, yeah, I'm a doctor and I had to work today, but it's a little bit of a shorter day, so I'm
hmm
just now, getting home and all that, and I was ready for you know, talking to you guys. What part of England are you in?
I'm actually based near Manchester. You've ever been to the UK?
Okay. Oh yes, my ancestors are from there, so I visited a couple times.
Nice.
Yeah, I flew into Gatwick every time, and I get down to London, and I did some side trips. But
hmm
uh, I couldn't tell you a whole lot about Manchester, but basically very little. But yeah, I
Uh-huh.
love going over there every now and
Absolutely.
then.
Apart
So
from the fact
yeah, I
that's
need to
cold, sorry.
say again.
Apart from the fact that the weather is really cold here and the rain, I would happily trade Manchester for Georgia right now.
I understand that. Yeah. Well, that's yeah, the territory you're in definitely is important as far as weather goes. Yeah, y'all don't have all the best weather over there.
Absolutely.
I'm just getting into my computer here and seeing if I can pull up everything. So,
Okay.
yeah, I guess in a nutshell, I was doing affiliate marketing and I kind of got, hit a snag in my life and kind of dropped it off and need to pick it back up and get things going again. I had a certain program I was kind of going through, and I kind of got stuck at a probably one of the tougher places where you're setting up everything, uh, and I haven't really done much on it lately.
Uh
I think
huh.
I told your compadre, and I'm just trying to pull up everything. So I think he emailed it. It should be right back here. So anyway, yeah, I didn't have a chance to look at the whole thing, but I didn't know how y'all were able to do this. But anyway, it's fine just to kind of meet y'all and
hmm
uh, yeah, okay, I got his hashtag Academy Live. Okay, there we go. All right, yeah, it's just a calendar invite there,
Uh huh.
and as far as yeah, so I guess I can just ask and see how y'all do things. So are y'all doing pretty much online business full time, or is it kind of a side job for y'all, or how did you do it?
Yeah, so personally, Mark, I've been doing this for over 12 years. I could say I'm a dinosaur in this industry. And I love it. I
Okay.
mean, a bit about me, I used to work in corporate for a number of years. And for me, it was a case of either doing corporate and just, losing the money train. And I wanted to get on the money train and sort of having, I've got a daughter now, I've got a family. And it was a case of just choosing what I really want to do for the next, 10 years. So I'm in a situation now where, my business, I work on my business for a couple of hours. I don't really need to work full time on it because it's automated. So, what I do now, effectively, Mark, is I just teach my expertise, what has worked for me. I pass on my expertise. I create successful case studies, coach people on how to start an online business, and pretty much travel.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so um, it's good. The journey has been incredible over the years. But again, I wouldn't really swap it for anything, because literally you can,
Right.
work from anywhere, and that is the beauty. And just obviously off the record, obviously we have things like artificial intelligence now, which kind of is scary to some, but it just adds more leverage to your online business. And so this is why, keep up with the trends every single year to sort of get yourself ahead of the curve.
Yes. Are you marketing? You doing affiliate marketing or doing some other type online business?
So basically, we specialize in high ticket affiliate marketing. So the majority of
Yeah.
people,
Okay.
my clients, we help in getting to 10K to 15K a month with affiliate marketing, high ticket. So majority, that is our primary
Yeah.
focus, and then from there, once our clients hit their income goals, they want to have their own offer, their own coaching business, because they feel that the success they've got with affiliate marketing will allow them to pass on their knowledge to somebody else. So that is the primary goal. We
Yeah.
keep things very simple. I would like to sort of ask you, Mark, what was your sort of motivation in diving into this journey? Has this been a big plan for a number of years from your side?
Well, basically, I just got tired of the life I was leading at last September, and I'd lost too much. Went through a divorce, and it's just I just devoted so much time to a job where the job owned me, and I just it just kind of hit me one day that I said I can't do this the rest of my life till I retire. So I kind of just decided to look into opportunities. I got in touch with Entra, which is a coaching program and kind of a betterment of life kind of organization. And
Uh huh.
I've done some work with them. And so, yeah, it's not been even a year yet,
Hmm.
but, the goal is getting, financial freedom where I don't have to work all the time. Like you said, work a couple hours on your business, have it automatic, have some streams of income passively, that kind of thing is what I look forward to, having
Hmm.
more time to enjoy life. I, just with family and loved ones, be able to travel, do things that I've always wanted to do. So really, it's just, it may sound selfish, but to me, I'm not living my life. I'm just a robot being a doctor, and I kind of lost the passion of doing that for that reason.
Sure.
So it's you've probably heard similar stories, but
Hmm.
I'm 54 now, and I'm in good health. So
Hmm.
I got a lot of years left to enjoy,
Sure.
and so that's kind of it. Yeah, I don't have everything planned out, of course,
Okay.
but I might do a little bit of the doctor thing, do a knowledge thing on
Sure.
YouTube or something. I might do, and there's no telling. I haven't formulated all my plan. Might
Okay.
even do some doctor work charitably or something to fill my medical, help to others need, which I still have, of course. But
Sure.
yeah, so I would like to get to where I'm, you know, you're going by monthly income. I guess I usually just throw it out yearly income. I'd need to probably get up to at least the 250,000 a year
Sure.
mark, and that would what is that? That's gosh, that's 20,000 a month, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
but I know it takes some time, but I do have some investments I'm setting up
Okay.
that give some income, so those will be on the side as well.
Okay.
So I'm trying to just set up several legs of passive income where I can, in total, really just finally realize financial freedom. I'm always been in debt. I've always been chasing
Hmm.
this debt, trying to work hard, pay off this. It's just
Sure.
I'm just quite frankly sick of it. So
Yeah.
that's but it hit me. I remember it was last September that I kind of started looking online for different things, and a few things hit me, and that's really when I said, yeah, this sounds like what I need to do. I just need to learn. This is the day of the digital age. If you don't learn this stuff, you're getting left behind.
Hmm.
You know, we got this Chat GPT
Yeah.
thing going
Sure.
where everybody can just say, make me this marketing book and sell it online. I mean, it's just money left on the table because
Oh yeah.
somebody's going to get it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Um, so I'm looking. I've talked to you. I've talked to the entre people, and not a whole lot else. But
Okay.
I just know that I've got to do it myself. I've got to
Sure.
get my affiliate marketing program going.
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of stuck in Facebook where I'm kind of setting up my authority page and my initial funnel. I haven't quite got that done yet. So just to let you know where I am.
Okay.
Um, and, you know, so if I had been doing the coaching, I probably would be there by now, but I kind of dropped off and
Uh-huh.
kind of life got in the way. But yeah, I want to get to where I can, uh, you know, get a following and market some high ticket items to those people. Um, you know, and I'm sure that's what y'all probably do because
Yeah.
if you do little stuff all day, you don't get much.
Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. You pretty
And
much.
you know, I think we're just, you know, I'm just trying to feel it out.
Hmm.
So tell me, if people do coaching with you, how long do you say? You know, I'm probably more advanced than your first starter because I've already done
Hmm.
what I've done, but
Sure.
I'm not that far advanced. But do you do like a 3 or 6 month thing with people, and or how do you just tell me how your stuff
Okay.
goes?
Well, usually what we do is we work either 3 months or 6 months. We can talk about that shortly. But what really has intrigued me is funny that you mention things like Entra. In fact, I have several clients who came from Entra to me, and they've successfully started to generate high ticket commissions. One, an example being someone we signed up last year. He came completely new to this. He was actually working, and now he's hitting those 30, 40K a month goals, not even 20K, more than that. So that's one example, mainly because
Right.
of the fact that um, the one-to-one that we offer kind of sort of separates us from everybody else. So let me ask you a question, Mark. In terms of your sort of ideal income goal, which you mentioned, ran about the 250 a year mark. Let's say you could hit that within 3 to 6 months realistically, or if you could hit those kind of income goals, what would it mean to you personally and professionally?
Well, it would let me realize the vision I have of having more free time and not having to work all the time. That's the main thing. Of course, you know, long term goals are different. I want to be able to be financially free, and that means having a lot of money to do things I want to do, help others, whatever I want to do. But yeah, I mean, it would mean a lot to me to be able to not have to work all the time and have, you know, control my time, I guess is the main thing I could say.
Absolutely. And here's the thing I've always said is, there's no point creating a second job because let's say you have an online business. I would never recommend anyone to work 10 hours a day on the online business because I always say let your business work for you. So let the engine automate itself.
Right.
So I like the fact that you have already a clear sort of idea in your head of some sort of goals that you can achieve in the long term. Now, talk to me, Mark, about some of the biggest challenges that you've come across since embarking on this online journey.
I think it is a challenge for me to kind of go through and do all the funnels. I mean, it's not my forte. I mean, for me to do this, I know I have to do it, but I'm kind of thinking in the back of my mind that, you know, if I get to where I'm halfway successful, I might employ people on my team kind of thing to help me with doing some of the knowledge. If I have some kind of channel on YouTube, or I'm just, you know, not thinking in finite terms, but just thinking that, you know, it may be better for me because I have the knowledge, but I don't like doing all the technical stuff. I don't like sitting there and doing the typing and all that
Hmm.
funnel generating. And it's
Sure.
not my forte. So I know
Yeah.
I'll have to learn it to get there, but, you know, I just probably will function better with maybe a couple people on a team. I just need to find some like minded people that want to put together resources. And maybe I can, maybe I can't, but that's kind of what I think.
Okay. Okay. So, with that being
I
said,
don't know. I don't really know if that'll be the best approach because I've got to do it myself.
uh huh.
But and maybe it won't be as bad once I get it down. You know, I kind of got kind of in the part where we're making all the funnels and Facebook pages. It was just a little much for me at the time, and it
Hmm.
kind of made me think maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I need to do, you know, some people do the agency side where they kind of help people advertise their business. I don't really think that's more for my forte either. I'm not really a salesman
Uh-huh.
that way. But
Yeah.
I think somehow getting I just have to somehow get a following online
Yeah.
in my group where I can market some high ticket things to them.
Absolutely.
And that's overall, that's all, I have to, have a message that resonates with a certain part of the population, and they kind of, you know, are
Hmm.
drawn to the group and have, and enjoy visiting the page. And maybe I could, I don't know what all high ticket things y'all market, but I always have the entre events I could market because I'm a big believer in those. I
Absolutely.
think it helps the person.
100%.
Everybody is enough for everybody, and
Yeah.
we kind of learn to help everybody. And there's no competition really. I mean, I don't have any competition in me anymore.
Uh-huh.
I mean, like I'd want you to do great, just like everybody else. I mean, so it's not really a fighting for business kind of thing in this kind of area. I
Sure.
found, at least with the people I deal with.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
So that's the good that's the good thing about it.
Yeah.
But I would certainly have at least I could I met all the people appropriate to market the Entre Live events if I wanted to, and that's probably the best thing
Hmm.
ticket they have.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that I could open up other areas through another program, and that to be named later. I don't know what I would offer myself,
Hmm.
but I know that's part of a good affiliate marketer is have something you offer free and then draw them in. But I'm not there yet, so I guess
Okay.
that's what a good coach would get out of me. So I got to figure out which way to
Absolutely.
go if I'm going to do it or not. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'll end up doing. I mean, I paid for all their coaching.
Hmm.
I could do agency and knowledge, all those things, but I'm just starting with the affiliate. So it's, I don't know how many modules there are. But it's at the end of module 4 where I'm stuck, where I'm doing all that stuff. But get past that,
Hmm.
they say it flows better. And of course I could do that and get some occasional help from somebody online in my groups, but I just
Okay.
don't know if that's going to be enough for me.
Okay.
So I kind of think I might, think it's important to get a one-on-one coach
Sure.
um, to kind of guide me and assure that I get to where I need to be, because I don't trust myself, because I got so much until I get rid of this job. I just
Yeah.
have so much else to do. Most days I can't even do anything online, so I have
Uh-huh.
to really start being efficient with some weekends and
Uh-huh.
like a few days a week, just kind of doing an hour or two there and learning. And
Sure.
I found that I'm not doing well by myself, so I do need a coach. Yeah, the only bad thing about the entre coaching is I fell behind, and they put me in this other group where it's called Breakthrough, and they assign you into a group of people trying to catch up. Well, they depend on me doing that by myself, and that's just not appropriate for me.
Hmm.
So I'm pretty much just wasting money.
Oh, yeah.
I'm paying for coaching and I'm doing the coaching, if you know what I mean. So
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, if I can get to the next level, I could join another cohort. They call it. It's a group of 3 or 4 people,
Uh-huh.
but I don't really know how that's going to go on one hand. Of course, that could be concurrent with anything else I'm doing, I'm
Sure.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
So it would. I mean, I'm paid for a year, and I didn't start till like this, gosh, probably November, December. So
Hmm.
I've got half a year left that I could, get everything I can out of them,
Hmm.
and at least get through the whole affiliate training they offer. I think
Sure.
they have the initial, then 3 master levels, 1, 2, 3, I believe. I think there's 4. So that's, so that's where I am. You've heard this from mantra people before, I'm sure.
Sure. Absolutely.
So, I don't know if you get people after they do their coaching and after, or if you get them during, like I am. I don't know how that works with other people, but I'm kind of at a stuck point. So I'm thinking I might need to get some additional coaching if they can't offer it to me,
Yeah.
somewhere else. So
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Honestly, I can totally relate to this because years ago when I started this, I was in the same boat. And when people come from not just Entre but other places as well, they tell me this the same kind of scenario. I'm like, okay, so you joined this program, but Manny, they're not giving me them one to one. They're not giving me what I was there for. And most people, Mark, what I found is they need the one to one because effectively, and it's not just the one to one, but it's the more of the accountability that they need. The fact that
Yeah.
if you can have someone to keep you accountable and give you the strategy and the direction, then you can get those results quicker. So, how would you feel, Mark, if I could help you overcome some of those challenges today?
Well, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to think about that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can't commit today. I got to think about which direction I'm going. I've had, not you, but not just you, but
Hmm.
I've had conversations with a few other places, and I just don't. I'll have to sit down and think about what's best for me. Um,
Absolutely.
you know, I like what you're saying, but I don't know much more than that. I don't know. So if we were to do coaching, would we do it on Zoom or just talking, or how would you do it?
Well, usually the coaching takes place on Zoom. It's usually every week on a one-to-one basis. But I was going to
Yeah.
basically also give you some value on this call. So what I would want to do is I want to share with you what really has worked for myself and my clients when they work with me. So, for example, me going from 0 to 10K a month was down to four key elements, which I'm going to share with you today. You can write these down because it's going to really make a lot of sense to you when you break it down. So, the first thing that really worked for myself when starting this journey was to have my own personal brand online. So, Mark, have you ever thought about building your personal brand online?
Yeah, my personal brand, they call it an avatar, an mantra, and basically it ends up being this ideal customer you're speaking to. Um, is that all you're saying, or you're saying more than that?
Well, it's basically it's your personal brand. So when people go onto your website or your funnel or whatever you have online, they have at least 10 seconds to
Yeah,
decide
that's
whether they can buy
okay.
from you or not. Yeah. So
Yeah, so basically, my brand is going to be speaking to people that are, um, yeah, I've got that kind of mapped out, and I need to refine it before I start any coaching, of course. But I have pretty much the idea. I mean, it's pretty much myself, but I'm the perfect audience. So, because the
mhm,
reason I got into this is going to be my perfect audience. It's going to be people that are professionals, frustrated with the job owning them. They want more financial freedom, more time with their family, more time to enjoy life. We can make it more eloquent, but that's the bottom line. And, I think my
absolutely.
Facebook, um, my group is called Frustrated Professionals or something like that. I forget what the name is. I have to look it up. It's been a while.
Okay.
But yeah, it's more or less, I'm talking to people like me that
Hmm.
were working all the time and
Hmm.
found that life hadn't gone exactly like they wanted, and they want more out of life. They want to have more. They want financial freedom, so they have the time to enjoy life. That's the bottom line. So that is going to be my brand. That's the only thing I can speak to because that is
Okay.
me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We can make it sound better, but it's going to be along that. So the personal brand, yeah, I get the idea of that for sure.
Okay, and just to add a bit more on the personal brand side, it's kind of a good idea to sort of stand out by branding yourself by position, authority, and trust. Because when you do this, obviously the right people buy from you, the right people connect with you, and most of all, the right people refer you. So when they go onto your profile, obviously you're the one who's going to stand out, and everybody could be selling the same product, but you're offering something different and are offering something of value. This is why, big names like Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, they always sell out when they have another product out, or Kim Kardashian in the case of perfumes, because of their following. So the second thing I wanted to point out to you, Mark, is to have a skill set. Now, one of the skill sets that we use online to accumulate sales, high ticket affiliate sales, is we use a concept called organic marketing to generate sales. Now, if I was to ask you, Mark, are there any skill sets that you feel you have that can add value to your online business?
Uh, well, I don't know. You're going to have to get that out of me, I think.
Okay.
um, haven't um, pretty much all I know so far is getting the ideal audience, your personal brand together, and having that story put out so it'll catch somebody's attention within the first 5 to 10 seconds. Maybe this is something that I haven't seen before. This guy's speaking to me. I'm frustrated in my life. That's pretty much all I know so far.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. When you're obviously trying to put this all together, you don't really need to know everything there is, because what you really need is to take two or three components, and then you can apply those components, and you basically have an online business that's pretty much automated. So, for example, some things that you can learn over time includes, running how to get traffic, setting up funnels. And here's the thing about funnels: you don't have to do it yourself. In fact, you can sort of if you have a done for you funnel, then it's much easier, because you don't want to sit on the computer, trying to put a funnel together. And the third thing I
Right.
wanted to point out to you, Mark, is which goes towards funnels. The third thing that has worked for myself and my clients is have a funnel, but it's not just any funnel that you want to use. Now, briefly, obviously, you talked about funnels before. So far, as of now, what have you sort of learned about the funnel side of this online business, Mark?
Um, yeah, that's kind of where I'm stuck. But I know that I forget all what you have to have. You know, like your steps. You have your landing page, and
Hmm.
I guess you go to an offer, and maybe you have it going ultimately to the high ticket offer. I don't know, but
Hmm.
it's something to like. Yeah, I have it mapped out in a notebook I have here in my office somewhere. I haven't pulled it out, but they started talking about that. But yeah, but before, when you said skill set before, so that might be a skill set to be able to do funnels. Is that a skill set you're talking about?
Correct. Absolutely.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, I mean, I may have I may have a great skill set to do some Facebook Live videos. I think that I could be very
mhm.
convincing on those. I think I could present myself very well on those. So I think I could have a skill set related to that. Populating the page with plenty of snippets. I don't know if that's a skill set that would be
Oh yeah,
useful or not,
you've
but
just literally come up with a skill set right now, which is great, and you've literally dig deep, and there you have it. And again, this is why I always say having a quality conversation with people always, digs out the gold. So yeah, that is a skill set itself.
yeah, I
So
mean, I could be passionate about it because I've lost so much. I've had divorce, just almost like,
or
lost being
mhm.
alienated from people because I had to work so much. I mean,
Uh-huh.
it's really deep in
Oh
me,
yeah.
and I just think I think I can share that and tell
Uh-huh.
people that hey, there's more of us like that, and there's a way out of that to get more happy, and that's what I want to offer. So that's what I'm after.
Excellent. I like that
Yeah.
because you have a backstory, and they always say stories sell. So in this case, in the case of a funnel, what you really need, Mark, most people who start an online business, the reason they don't make sales is because they're using the same style of funnel, same logo, same layout. What you really need is a custom branded funnel, something that's unique to you, is unique to your brand, is unique to your story. When you have a custom branded funnel, Mark, what happens is you stand out and people are most likely to buy from you. So, what I recommend, Mark, is have a simple one page funnel with a video. That video should be no more than 10 minutes long, and it's going to basically build your presence in your absence. So, you could be somewhere just enjoying having a holiday whilst your funnel is working for you. And here's the thing: the funnel that you obviously what I recommend is a custom branded funnel. You don't really put it together yourself. That's already done for you. So that's somebody else who does it for you. And at the same time, that funnel is working around the clock. And at the same
Who
time,
does it for me?
absolutely, absolutely. And
Who does the funnel for me in that
we
situation? Do I
usually
hire somebody?
yeah, we usually do the funnel ourselves. We actually build the entire funnel. We build the video. We help you build the video. So all the technical stuff that you've just mentioned, you don't really need to do that. And this is why I say it's easier and better to spend 2 hours a day on your business rather than 10 hours. Because what happens is the reason people end up spending 10 hours is because they're doing these tasks that are not going to produce revenue straight away. Because, like, setting up a funnel can take time, or uploading a video on TikTok or YouTube can take time. So I always
Right.
say focus on the income producing tasks that will allow you to get leads, will allow you to get sales. And at the same time, those long, tedious tasks can be done by somebody else. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And if I may interject, when you're doing all this, do y'all use all the social media like LinkedIn, Pinterest? You mentioned TikTok. Facebook is going to be, I'm already on Facebook, so
Uh
we'll
huh.
use that for sure. That's probably the most populated one, so I definitely want to be on Facebook.
Uh huh.
I didn't know what other social media y'all have the most success with your type approach.
The best success we've had so far by far is Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. These are the top three. If somebody had to
Okay.
hold a gun to my head, I would always pick these three. Especially
Okay.
Facebook being the number one, and then followed by Instagram, and then TikTok in itself has been a game changer for our business and our clients. So yeah, these are the three main platforms I recommend in doing this. Um,
Could I use LinkedIn if I were to go this route or no?
Absolutely. You can use LinkedIn because LinkedIn has something called Sales Navigator. And what Sales Navigator does, it allows you to laser target your ideal avatar, your ideal client through its search feature. It's very, very efficient.
Okay.
In fact, I've done an entire masterclass on LinkedIn, and obviously that's a different story itself. But yeah, LinkedIn is just
Yeah,
adding
because
that bonus.
LinkedIn is something that I look at, and I've seen some very quality ads on there, and I just
Yeah,
thought that when I got into business, I wanted to really include that. So I just
absolutely.
wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay,
And then the final thing I was going to say to you, the final component that has really been instrumental in our online journey and helping us to get those income goals is having a one-to-one mentor. Now, when I started, Mark, I was in your position, basically watching videos, trying to figure it out myself, joining these courses. But effectively, what I realized is you can't really learn by watching a video because you end up forgetting. What I really needed was someone to keep me accountable and at the same time direct me to the right direction. And here's the
yes,
thing, when you're trying to learn it yourself, yes, you come across really good stuff, but that's it. What I really needed was that one to one mentorship by someone showing me exactly how to do it in less time. Now, because when I was working in corporate, I think your situation is pretty similar where you're working those hours and your head is devoted to what you're doing. And then the online business kind of you neglect it. And then when you neglect it, that's where you sort of fall behind. So what
yes.
do you think makes sense in the long term, Mark? Doing it yourself or simply having a one to one mentor to keep you accountable and giving the right direction?
Yeah, I think a one-on-one mentor would be good for a guy like me because I'm used to being a doctor and being very knowledgeable and staying up on the literature and doing that. I mean, I've been almost a robot doing that
Uh huh.
for a long time. This is totally a different field for me, and it may take me a while to do it myself if I didn't have such a thing. But yeah, I have like you're saying, it's so easy just to kind of mentally be fatigued when you get home and not want to do anything if
Uh huh.
nobody's there to be accountable. So I think me more than most people would appreciate a accountability partner, if you will. But yeah, so I think that is something that would definitely be good for me. I've just got to figure out timing and things like that. So I've got a few things that are still biding my time pretty heavily, and I'm trying to get rid of them. But like if we decide to do something, I might not be able to start right away. I might say let's start. I'm just saying I've got to get through some things here. I've got a divorce modification that's really dominating my time
Uh
right
huh.
now. This is an unfortunate thing that some people have to deal with. And that's just taken a lot of my free time to do that stuff and
Uh huh.
go to hearings and stuff like that. So
Sure.
that, it shouldn't last forever, but you understand. So we're making contact. I know about you, And, it doesn't mean that we, may not work together, but it just means that we may not start today if it is going to happen, because I've just got to figure out when, because I don't want to start something and interrupt it in 2 weeks and say, hey, I got to take a month break. That's not going to help me one bit,
Absolutely, I totally
So,
understand. I totally
so,
get that. You know,
I think yeah, Louis, I guess, yeah, he was contacting me, and I said, well, call me in a month, and he called me again, and I said, I just didn't want to say, give me another month.
right,
That wasn't nice. So
right.
I said, yeah, I need to go ahead and start thinking about what I'm going to do.
Uh huh.
And that's pretty much what I'm doing. So I haven't, I could, see where I am, kind of get a better picture of where exactly I am in that module, and
Sure.
see if it's useful to what I'm doing going forward.
Okay, okay. Here's the thing, Mark. I totally understand, but the way I always see it is when you wait for the right time to start something, it means you're always going to wait for that right time. But let me ask you a question: if you had a game plan, and if I was to share with you to help you go from where you are right now to 10K to 15K a month, would you be open to do that?
Yeah, but again, I'm still, I don't plan to be in this full time job much longer.
Sure.
I guess I haven't really been forthright about everything. But sorry, somebody's trying to beep in. It's creating a little bit of a static because it's beeping in. I'm just gonna let it go. But yeah, I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that I need to figure out exactly the timing,
Sure.
because I don't really have a huge amount of time now, because it's going to be better for me to, go ahead and get a plan, a quit date, because I don't want to wait to the last day, but
Oh
I
yeah,
don't want to start too soon, because I have enough income right now. That's
absolutely.
not my problem.
Uh
That's
huh.
not my problem. But I don't want to go a long time without any income. So I need to kind of, do the transition right. So if I put my notice in, I have to do like a 3 month thing, and I need to go ahead and start whatever I'm doing and get it set up, during that time, I guess is what I'm saying. So I'm just now formulating all those plans in my mind, I guess I should say.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I get your point. Yeah, I'm not one to do that, but most people would. They'd say, "Oh, it's not a good time now," and then every time you ask them, every other time, it's not a good time then either. But I do have a definite target time, because I'm going to put in my resignation for this job at some point soon,
Okay.
and then I'll have a clock.
Sure.
you know, I've got to start getting at least a little bit of income on this business so it can start growing.
Uh huh.
And of course, I'll make sure I have some savings to buffer me during that time. But yeah, there's a lot of things I need to do on this side of the fence too. But well, I guess we need to find out if somebody does coaching with you. Do you send out some information to choose things, or how do y'all do it?
So basically, let's say you sign up to the coaching. What we do is we have our first onboarding session. I actually do the full coaching myself. So what happens is it's usually done. I mean, we offer three different packages for coaching: 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. Now, what happens is, as soon as you start the coaching, I pretty much start as soon as. The beauty is I'm flexible. So let's say you, like, for example, I have a client with me who works with me. His name's Mark as well, believe it or not. Um, Mark obviously has hospital appointments now and again. He sometimes disappears for a couple of weeks, but then we always revert back. And that's the beauty. My advice is, with your situation, I know you really want to do it. I know because I feel it. I've been in your situation before. I feel I can work with you, and I'd love to sort of show you exactly what we can do for you, so you can hear us out. And then from there, I would obviously ask you if you've got any question. Then from there, I would ask you to sort of see if this kind of sort of is something that will solve your issue, solve your problem. From we're looking to create success stories, I'm pretty much been in this for a long time now, and I believe with yourself, you have the full skill set. You meet the criteria. It's just the time that you're looking for. So yeah, I would love to sort of expand more on what we can do.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds great. And then if it looks great to me and we seem to work well together, we can, then choose a coaching path. I think that's what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
okay,
Yeah. I
so
mean, it may not take the 3 months to get me going. I don't know. But you can
yeah.
always buy another 3 months if you
Oh
need
yeah.
that 3 months.
This is why we have the
So
packages, which I can obviously discuss with you shortly. So, based on the conversation we've just had today, what I would like to do is over the next 3 months or 6 months or 12 months, depending on what you want to do, I want to work with you step by step, click by click. That means no technical stuff, no watching videos. And pretty much, Mark, the first thing we work on is we help you structure and help you build your offer. So that means we're going to be live on a Zoom call one to one every week. I'm going to help you model and create a high converting offer that you can easily bring to the marketplace. Something that's easy to structure, something that you can easily charge 1,500, 2,000, or even $3,000 per customer per client. Now, the second thing we work on is personal branding. Now, the reason I myself and my clients are able to make consistent sales is because partially of the way we have positioned our personal brand. Now, across these sessions, we're going to help you pinpoint your exact target audience, irrespective of your niche or market that you're in. So you're going to save months of research and save you talking to the wrong leads. We're going to actually be focusing on buyers. And also, what's going to happen is it's going to automate the entire process and build your trust. So effectively, what's going to happen is we're also going to help you create six-figure content that converts. Now, what happens is a portion of people will put up their hand and say, we're interested in what Mark has to say. So each time you put out content, people will put up their hand. It'll be engaging content, and in turn, you'll get inbound inquiries. Now, in regards to the funnel, we put together the custom branded funnel for you. So that means all the technical stuff is handled by our team. All the automation through emails is handled by our team. You don't really need to do anything. The only thing I assist you with is the video. So that means the 10-minute video you only do once, and that's it. And that will be on your funnel, and your funnel will be unique, and nobody else will have that style of funnel. Because what we feel is when people have the right funnel and the right messaging, they make more sales, and as a result, they stand out. And here's the thing, we work with you until you get results. So it's not a case of, hey, after 3 months or 6 months, we stop working with you. We want a long term relationship. And in that case, I want to create long term case studies. So this is what we want to do. We want to work with you. Now, in terms of 3 months or 6 months or 12 months, what duration would you be potentially be looking for, Mark?
well, yeah, since I've kind of gone through some of it, I think it's either 3 or 6 months. Um, Depending on the cost, I would have to hear that, but I'd probably choose 6 months to be safe, just to
Uh-huh.
ensure everything goes well. I don't think I should need more than 6 months if I focus on it during that time with
Uh-huh.
a one-on-one. That's just my personal opinion with what I've seen so far.
Uh-huh.
Um, so, I mean, maybe I'll find out that's different. I need a year, but I think that what you've told me, I think with what we have between me and you, if you're coaching me, I think we 6 months is plenty of time to get some good solid results.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, so in terms of, I'd like to sort of ask you a question about putting yourself in a position. And what I want to ask you, Mark, is I would want you to give me three reasons why you would be ideal for a 6 month mentorship, one on one.
Hmm. How I would be ideal versus a 3 month and a 12 month to say why 6 months is so important.
Absolutely.
Well, to me, I'm one that has to know everything from the ground up, so I'm not going to be the fastest cat on the block. Um, I think that with my current job going on during the coaching, I think it may take more time because of the time I can give it the reason I was saying 6 months is because I'm including the fact that I still have a full time doctor job that
Mhm.
doesn't give me much free time to do anything. Of course, if I have a 3 month notice, that probably is not going to be till in the future, depending on when it overlaps with the coaching. There may be 3 or 4 months while I'm still doing a full time doctor job. So that's why I said 6 months, because I wanted to have unfettered 2 or 3 months, unfettered, complete concentration to
Sure.
make sure everything is very good. Maybe we could have two different videos. Maybe we could have three different funnels working for me. I
Mhm.
just want to make sure I uh, have success, and I want to do everything I can to doubly make sure I have success.
Okay, with that being said, I personally feel the 6 months would be beneficial for you as well, because obviously of your situation and what you just told me makes a lot of sense. So here's how it works in terms of pricing. So 6 months is 10K, 3 months is 6K, and 12 months is 15K.
Okay.
So let's say obviously you come with the 6 months. What would happen is once you sign up, I send you an agreement. You go through the agreement, everything you're happy with, you basically sign it, that gets to me, and then we can start the onboarding session. Now in terms of obviously delays, again, the reason a lot of people end up working with us because we're flexible in delays. Like let's say you say to me, oh Manny, let's do the onboarding session, and then a couple of weeks later, something happens, god forbid, or you're too busy. We can always go back to that because I will actually put that in the agreement as well. That fact that if that's the case, we will still work with you and we will honor the agreement, which is why people feel comfortable in working with us as opposed to somebody else.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's probably, and I haven't really talked to them, but there's probably more than at least I've seen. I've seen at least five people with a well structured uh, approach to try to get students, even on Facebook. So,
Uh-huh.
um, there's, I just, you kind of said what sets you apart. I don't know. I haven't given them a stage to see what sets them apart either, but I
Mhm.
don't see the necessary to do that. But yeah, I think if somebody were to offer one on one and they're very knowledgeable, they've done it themselves, they've had successful offers and funnels. That's what I'd want to hear. But and I also want to make sure they're not too busy to where they can't pay attention to me. So,
Of
how
course.
many students do y'all have at one time? Or y'all? I mean, y'all probably don't want to have too many at one time, right?
Yeah, we work with only a selection of students, like two or three a month, mainly because of quality and quality case studies. Now, again, we turn down just as many students on a daily basis because they're looking for a quick fix. And to be honest, we don't really provide a quick fix like, hey, I want to, make money right now or whatever, because people have bills. But what we do focus on is a full transformation, a full long-term plan. And at the same time, this is why we have this mentorship in place, because people like yourself, with a professional background, are our ideal people that we really like working with. Because why? You have already the knowledge, you know what you want to do. It's just the direction you need, the strategies, and of course the accountability. And this is what we
Yeah.
specialize in. And at the same time, you don't really like the technical stuff, and obviously we take care of that for you as well. From my side, I think everything you've mentioned to me, makes sense. It hits home. I like you. I think we would have a really good relationship as well whilst working together. So from my side, Mark, it's pretty much a no-brainer. I would love to have another Mark on the mentorship program. So we'll have two Marks in the end. So, but it's a one-to-one mentorship program. So there's no group coaching like a lot of people say. Hey, it's coaching, but they end up putting you in a Zoom call with full of other people, right? But we don't do that. Yours is going to be completely one-to-one because I want you to get results, but I want you to get results quicker. That doesn't mean it's going to take you 6 months. You might even get results quicker than 6 months. So yeah,
Yeah. So as far as if I had anything, I just want to make sure I ask you these questions. So if
sure.
I uh, have the knowledge to do the funnel that Andre had me doing and get some offer, would that interfere with what you do? Like you'll have a totally different link, I guess.
Uh huh.
It'll be totally separate, I presume. Is that correct?
Absolutely, but totally, it will be totally separate. And here's the thing: people who come from Entre to work with us is always been totally discreet. So any funnel that they have, and anything that you want to promote from their side, you're welcome to do, because I will train you, I will teach you on how to even do their tasks as well. So you'll get a head start in the Entra stuff as well, because we're familiar with Entrasoft, the actual program that they have, the funnel builder. But at the same time, it wouldn't interfere with everything that we do as well, because we have an
Yeah,
exclusive.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Since you're going to build a quality funnel,
Uh huh.
yeah, I have Ontrasoft and all that, and so I probably, just to be completely knowledgeable, I'll
Hmm.
probably try to finish at least the first section where I can have that first thing done. I just want to make sure that wasn't a problem, and it's good to hear you say that it really doesn't. It's all the same stuff when you think about it. So if I look at some videos and try to complete my first level, it wouldn't really interfere what you and I are doing necessarily. I don't believe it would.
Absolutely not. Everything that we do is going to be completely different to what you're learning. Some topics might overlap. So, for example, personal branding. But at the same time, what people find is working with those gives them the head start. And at the same time, they are much better equipped to perform better in the programs they're in. And at the same time, we don't have an intensive working way, because everything that we do is pretty much flexible. So, I'm going to give you actionable steps after each session that we have. And then the accountability comes into place. So yeah, it's pretty much differs, and at the same time, it's less intensive for you.
Yeah, yeah. So that, yeah. Um, but yeah, I guess. Okay. Well, I need to get my decision together and make sure I know about timing and think harder about that. But
Sure.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I like what you're saying, and I guess we just need to. Did you want to set up another talk in a week or two to kind of,
Yeah.
or something like that? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and we could, I could get more of my timing together and maybe get closer to. So you don't do the onboarding until I sign the agreement, right?
Here's the thing: we can do the onboarding, but it does require a minimum sort of deposit of $2,000. Then if
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, so let's say you want to do the onboarding as early as tomorrow or next week. We can still do that, but then we can have a deposit of $2,000. But what people find is, if they want to do the onboarding, they make the deposit, and then they're like pretty wowed away with what we discuss in the onboarding. And it's fun because we make our coaching sessions fun as well. It's not just, hey, you've signed up, this is what we're going to do now, boot camp. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of good stuff we do. And at the same time, we develop a relationship. We like to develop a relationship with our clients, so they're happy, we're happy, and of course, the journey is fun along the way. We're gonna have blips along the way. We're gonna have personal issues. I mean, I'm a father, I have a daughter. I have to make sure she's happy, she's good. So but hey, the world
I
isn't
understand.
perfect. So
Yeah,
so yeah.
yeah.
So
Because now it's probably, gosh, it's almost midnight there, right?
yes, it is midnight. Yeah, so I'm pretty much on a late one today, because most of my clients
Yeah.
are in the States. So what I have done is, obviously, I've sort of adjusted my schedule so I can obviously serve them. So I have a good set of people who are in my team, a few people, VAs and everyone else. And
Well,
yeah,
good.
it's fun. And listen, that's the beauty of having an online business, because the people that
Yeah.
you meet, like, for example, next week I'm going to an event in London, and it's going to be people from all over, the coaches, affiliate marketers, and it's going to be great. And this is what I like to do, and it's just that kind of shifts your mindset, and that's why I believe, every conversation you have online always leads to something bigger. Always.
Right. Right. Yeah. Well, let's. I guess I need to get all my stuff, together. Make sure I have the funds.
Hmm.
I have some things coming my way next week, so I'm pretty confident I'll be able to meet any capital need funds I need to do. Um, so yeah, it's looking like in the next week or two I could hopefully start if it sounds good. I can't start. I need at least that much time just to get some things handled and get some things liquidated and moved around and stuff like that. So I just got to get my plan solidified, and I think this conversation helped me kind of, think about it in a good way, and yeah, I feel good about it.
Great, great. So let me ask you a question, Mark. What date are you potentially looking to do this?
If I were to, uh, as far as talking with you next,
Uh-huh.
um, I mean, we could do it in 1 week if you'd like.
Yeah, that sounds good. So let me look at the date on my calendar. So we're on the 3rd of May. How about the 10th of May? So that's a full week. It's going to be a Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, Wednesday the 10th, 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I could go a little earlier if you needed to.
Yeah, you can give me an early date if you want. You go ahead.
Well, we just let's shoot for 5 p.m. On that date.
5 p.m. Okay, that is the 10th of May. Brilliant.
That's a week from today, Wednesday. We can have another conversation and maybe go further.
Yeah. Okay.
And maybe we could onboard and a
Yeah.
week or two after that, whatever. So
Okay. So
yeah.
what we're gonna do, Mark, is we're gonna do a Zoom call because I want to see you face to face. I'm a face to face guy.
Okay.
Let's do a Zoom call. What I'm
Okay.
gonna do, my colleague's gonna send you a Zoom invite using my email, and then what I'm going to do is we'll get on the Zoom call on that time. We'll get to know each other, and then see if we can move forward. And again, if you have any more questions that time, it will be a good opportunity to sort of see how the process works and get some onboarding sorted as well. So that sounds good.
It does. I just one last question for you. So people like me,
Uh-huh.
You see people like me maybe doing 3 or 4 different kind of offers and things, kind of having various things just to ensure that you have plenty of income, I'm sure. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sounds like, focus on setting one up here, and then maybe I have the thing through Entra. Maybe I have a decent offer there.
Uh-huh.
Maybe even more. I mean, I just want to make sure you're in the industry and you're going to be my mentor. So I guess you can guide me to see if more things, I guess. So,
I always believe in multiple streams
I
of
was just
income.
thinking to myself, I've got to focus on one thing at a time. I think it's an important thing for me.
Yeah, I mean the focus has to be one thing at a time. But I always say is don't shy away from multiple streams of income. If there's an opportunity, but the direction and goal I'm going to have you is going to be the clear direction that you're going to be focused on. Because once that works, then we can obviously focus on a different direction and a different one. So that is how what I'm looking at. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Zoom call. And before that, if there's anything else you have, let me know any questions you have. And obviously, you can confirm the Zoom call when you get the invite. So I've got it on my calendar, and then we can rock and roll. So before you go, what are your plans later on, Mark, today? Are you going to be doing anything?
Later today, not a whole lot. I'll probably just pay some bills that I need to do, and write out. I'm a guy that likes to write on legal pads and kind of write out plans and have a couple legal pads where I can look at them and make sure my plan is right. So I'll do a little planning session, just make sure I've got my goals clearly defined. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do today. This kind of lets me do that. So.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to have to look for a Barbie dollhouse for my 5-year-old daughter. She's going to turn 5 in a few weeks, so I'm going to be busy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be busy, with those. She's very picky. I mean, girl, I don't know if you've got a daughter, but they are so.
Oh yeah, they're
expensive.
About to go into college now, but yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah,
that's important. You better do a good job.
Absolutely, brother. This is why I mean, I love being a father. But I can't I can't see her upset, so I'll have to do something, and produce the goods. So yeah, but
so that's the most important thing in your life. You got to make sure that your daughter is very pleased. So I definitely want to hear a good response from your daughter.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. Maybe you can meet her on a Zoom call sometime when we get talking. So
yeah. So anyway, so send the invite. I'll have it in my calendar. calendar. And
Okay. Awesome. Yeah,
are you
five.
there?
Yeah, I'm there. Mark, is
Okay.
your email address still the same email address that you put on the calendar?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Cool. Brilliant. So I'm gonna get send that invite out to you in 5 to 10 minutes. But listen, it was lovely speaking to you. I really enjoyed this conversation. I'm glad I got to know you, and we were able to map out some kind of strategy plan for the foreseeable couple of weeks. And next week we'll be talking. So yeah, that sounds good.
Was good.
Awesome.
Well, I appreciate your time, and
You're welcome. You're
thanks for
welcome.
talking to me as well. So
Anytime.
yeah, we'll build on that next week. So, all right. Well, you probably need some sleep, and you got to get ready for getting that Barbie house.
Oh yeah, brother.
Okay.
Definitely, definitely, bro. You
All
take
right.
care. Have a good one.
All right.
All right. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. All right.